Hello, Joe Williams here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to set up a Facebook ad for your business. It doesn't matter whether you run a Shopify store, a local business, an online business. What I'm about to share with you is going to be a step-by-step tutorial on how to set up your first Facebook ad. Now, the first thing you actually need to set up a Facebook ad is a Facebook business page. If you don't have one of these already, you should have one regardless of whether or not you're going to run Facebook ads. But let me show you how to actually set one of those up. Now, once you've got a Facebook ad or an account set up, you first need to log in. And up to the top right hand side, you will see a little drop down and you'll be able to see an option that says create page. This might look a little bit different, but you will see create page, and obviously as Facebook changes, things will be positioned in different places, so if you can't find it, have a little bit of a search around, but you should see it there at this moment in time. You can see it asks you to create a page, so we're a business or a brand, so we're going to click get started. It's then going to ask you for your page or brand name, so I'm just going to call this styling a cat. That's going to be the name of my page. I'm going to set this up for one of my clients. She's a stylist, but I'm going to imagine that her business is called Styling a Cat. A category, let's see what we've got here. So we're going to put design and fashion because that's the business she works in. We can put a street or address in here if we want to. You can see there are some optional ones here, so I'm just going to put a crazy name in here. Let's put United Kingdom, let's put London. You can put a postcode in here, H1X. See if that takes that. Don't show my address. Only show this as the business in the. Only show that is the business in the city, state, region. So I don't want to show it because I'm not a local business. But if you are, maybe you want to show your address. In which case you'd leave that unticked. Go ahead and click continue. It's then going to ask you to upload a profile picture. I'm simply going to skip through these steps, but I recommend you add a profile picture. You can see where the profile picture is in there. I'm going to go ahead and skip through that. You can see you can add a cover photo. Now, if you're wondering how to create a cover photo or what the dimensions are, there's a brilliant website called canva.com, and you can go ahead and create designs within here. So you can see straight away it has a Facebook cover here with the dimensions in here. So if I go and click this, you'll be able to see and start designing a cover very quickly. It has a number of templates. It's a great tool. It doesn't matter whether you're creating covers for LinkedIn, YouTube thumbnails, loads of really good stuff in here, and you can quickly go ahead and create your cover and customize all the different elements and then download it by clicking download and upload it to your Facebook page. Now again, I'm going to skip past this step, and Facebook is now going to create my Facebook page. So my page is now public. Number of things you can do. I'm not going to teach you how to set up the Facebook business page per se and teach you all about engagement and the best ways of doing things. Just to point out a few things, give yourself a like. It's your first like on your page. You now have one like on your page, and it is you. You'll probably get your mum or your boyfriend or girlfriend to like it next, and hopefully invite some of your friends. Get some social proof on there. You can add a button in here so you can redirect people to your website straight from this button, or you can get them to shop with you or make a donation, download an app. Number of options in here. I recommend you have a little bit of a play about. Like I said, I'm not going to teach you everything about pages. There are plenty of tutorials on YouTube on how to do that. Create a username in here. It gives you loads of tips and loads of steps to work through, and then you can start posting. Now, you need a Facebook business page to actually run Facebook advertising. So once you have that set up, all you're going to need to do is go back to the drop down again, and you may not have noticed this has been here before, but you can go ahead and start creating ads, and you're going to be able to create a Facebook ads account. That's also what you need for a Facebook ads campaign. So we're going to click that, and it's going to open up Facebook Ads Manager. It's going to start to load, and then it's going to show you a page which is going to look something a little similar to this. Now once you're at this page, you can see we've got a number of options in here, and don't be overwhelmed. I'm actually going to run you through what each of these options are. But first you need to understand that a campaign, a Facebook ads campaign, because you can't create a Facebook ad without a campaign, is broken down into 3 levels. At the top level here, we have the campaign. So at the very top, we have the campaign. What sits below that is what's called an ad set. So at the campaign level, you choose the objective, that's these things here. At the ad set level, you choose audience, placements, budget, schedule, and a number of other options. And then finally at the bottom, we choose our ad format, the media, the creative, the copy, and add everything in there that we need to put in front of our target audience. So let's run through some of these. So straight away we can see awareness, brand awareness. Now you might think it's a good idea to focus on brand awareness. I encourage you to stay away from it, because unless you have a Coca-Cola budget and you're spending millions a day, it's not always the best idea. Reach, I have seen people use this before. If you hover over the little eye, it does tell you what it actually means. So show your ad to the maximum number of people. Again, I don't recommend this. In certain instances, this can be very useful, but I won't go into that in this video. Traffic, so again, traffic, send more people to a destination on or off Facebook, such as a website, app, or messenger conversation. So traffic is one way in which you can get people back to your website, which I'm guessing is ultimately the first goal in your marketing plan. So get people back to your website, build a relationship with them, and then convert them to paying customers. Engagement, this is a really good one. So Facebook is really good now at getting social proof. So people liking, commenting, sharing your content, people viewing your videos, engagement is, and clicking engagement is one of those campaigns that you can set up. If you have nobody who's liked or commented, it's a great way to start. Get some engagement on there, and then you can switch it to what's called a conversion or a traffic campaign later on. But again, I'm not going to go into that in this video. It's way too advanced, but engagement campaign gets people to engage with your advert. App install, so if you run an app, you can drive people to install your app. You can see here, get more people to install your app. Video views, really powerful. Facebook is going to show your ads to people most likely to view your video, and so video views is a really cheap one, and it's a great place to start when you're just looking to get your brand out there and build awareness around what you're doing. If you create a high quality video, you can also drive sales from it as well. Lead generation, so if your goal is lead generation, these are called lead gen ads, and they basically keep people within Facebook without redirecting them to your website. Again, a really useful tool. Facebook's trying to keep as many people on Facebook as possible. Messages, so you can get people to send messages to your business page in Messenger, so you can respond, have a conversation with them, build a relationship with them within Messenger. You'll also may have heard of something called Messenger bots, using something called ManyChat, a number of other softwares out there, and this is a direction that a number of spaces, in particular I work a lot in the e-commerce space with e-commerce clients. Messenger bots are going to be very powerful in future, and they're very powerful today, of course, and a lot of people are starting to use them. Conversions, so this is when your objective is something like a lead, an add to cart, some kind of sale. So you want to optimize and say to Facebook, hey Facebook, show my ad to people who are most likely to convert to a lead, an add to cart, a sale, or some other objective. Another one is view content in the e-commerce space. So conversion, so Facebook's going to drive valuable actions on your website or in the app or in Messenger. Catalog sales, so if you have an e-commerce store, you can upload your e-commerce catalog and you can show your catalog to people on Facebook. This is called dynamic product ads. So catalog sales, really powerful for retargeting in the e-commerce space. Store visits, this is where you can drive people to actually visit your store. So if you have a physical location, you can drive people to visit your store. A lot more difficult to track, not something I'd encourage to use. I'd encourage you to use, out of all of these, conversions, traffic, engagement, lead generation, possibly video views if you're using messengers, or catalog sales if you're in e-commerce. The rest of them I don't recommend touching, but I'll show you how to set one up. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to create a traffic campaign. I was going to show you a conversion campaign, that's normally what I always start with, but I'm going to show you a traffic campaign so that we don't have to set up the Facebook pixel. I have another tutorial, I'll put it to the top right hand side of this video so you can actually watch how to set up a Facebook ads pixel. So I'm going to click traffic, and then you'll see it's going to ask me to fill out the name of the campaign. So you're going to give your campaign a name. Scroll down, you can see campaign name. Now I strongly encourage you to actually create a naming convention for your business, because as you do spend more, it can get very messy. I always start with the name of the company, or the client that I'm working with. So I'll put, let's put J Williams in here, and then what I'll do is I normally have different stages of my marketing funnel, but what you could do is put the objective, so let's put traffic in here, and then what I'm going to do is put what I'm offering. So I actually said this is going to be Style Academy, didn't I? It's going to be a traffic campaign, and we're going to optimize for the objective for, no, we're not actually going to optimize for that objective. We're going to actually show people our free styling ebook. So that's the free giveaway that we're actually giving away. So that's the offer. So essentially you put the offer or what you're actually trying to promote through this campaign. A couple of options here I'm not going to go into. You can do split tests, you can do budget optimization. Just going to make it nice and simple by clicking continue. Ad set name, again, you're going to want to give the ad set name. You can see we've dropped down just below campaign in here. And what I tend to do is put details of my targeting in here and how I'm setting this up. If you don't know what targeting is, it's basically who you're going to show your ads to. So I've decided I'm going to show this to people who are in the UK, people who are 18 to 45 years of age, and the target in which I'm going to use is it's going to be people interested in fashion. I'm going to show this on mobile only. We generally see a lot of sales on mobile, probably 95% of e-commerce sales are on mobile right now, and that does vary between industries, but we're going to show it on mobile, and we're going to put it on we're going to put it on the Facebook newsfeed, the Facebook feed to begin with. That's normally how I start a lot of campaigns, Facebook feed or the Instagram feed, depending on what platform your audience is on or what your objective is. You can see here traffic, we're going to drive people to our website, and down here is where we're going to set up our audience. We have custom audiences. I'm not going to go into that today. I have another tutorial which talks about lookalike audience, custom audiences. I'll put that up to the right hand side now so you can take a look, or I'll put it in the description box below. Here we have our country, so you can see United Kingdom. If you are a local business and you want to target locally, you can put your city in here. So I could put my city, and it's going to allow me to do a radius within here as well, so I can drag and drop that. But for this, I'm just going to share this with people who live in the UK. So this is going to give me a much bigger audience to work with. And generally, if you've got an audience that's too small, anything below, for the online space in particular, anything below 100,000 is probably a little bit too small. Look at how you can actually increase the size of that audience. So we can see here UK, for a local business, obviously it's going to be a little bit different. So you're probably going to want to either expand your radius or really layer interests together, and I'll go into that in just a second. So you can see here age 18, and I'm going to put to 44. And I'm going to show this to just women only. Actually, I didn't put females up here, so I'm just going to put women only. So just put a W for women in my ad set name. So I've just changed that. Languages, I'm targeting an English country. The ad copy is going to be in English, so I'm going to leave languages as blank. And then here is where we set up our targeting. So this is called interest targeting. And what I want to do is say to Facebook, Who out there have you got data on that is going to be interested in what I have to offer? So I said that people who are interested in fashion, shopping and fashion, or fashion design, Fashion Week. Fashion Week could be a really powerful one. People interested in Fashion Week. You can see the size of the audience is 2.4 million. Huge audience. So I'd need to change this to Fashion Week, so it's just all congruent, and anytime anyone looks at this, they can see exactly what I was targeting. Fashion Week, so I can put people who are interested in Fashion Week. Chances are anybody who's interested in Fashion Week is interested in clothing and style and that kind of thing. They're probably a good candidate for this particular client. I always leave that unticked, so I untick that because I want control over the targeting. I don't want Facebook to be going wild and trying to put my ads in front of different people, because I have no idea who they're showing into, and it actually doesn't give me much data. Yes, it might drive lower conversions, but I prefer to have control over my targeting, so I just keep it unticked. You can actually layer targeting, so you can see I have 2.4 million people here. I could tell Facebook, hey Facebook, I want to target people who are interested in Fashion Week, but also people who are interested in styling. So you can see here styling is an interest. Now that could be hairstyling, so you've got to be a little bit careful. Now you can see what's happened here is it's gone down to 1,000, which is obviously way too small. So I'm just going to see what else we have in fashion and see what Facebook has. So we can see fashion blogs, so people interested in fashion blogs, runways, fashion shows. I can also look at suggestions here. New York Fashion Week. So let's put New York Fashion Week. New York Fashion Week. So this person's really into fashion if they're following Fashion Week. In fact, New York Fashion Week. See, audience has dropped down to 2.1 million. Still a very big audience for this, but that's okay. Further down, we have our placements. I said I was going to show this only in the Facebook newsfeed. Facebook is constantly adding new placements in here because as the advertising space becomes more expensive, Facebook's looking for new partners and new options to give advertisers the chance to spend money, because Facebook is relying on advertisers spending money. The more we spend in the most amount of places, the more money it actually makes. So we did say we wanted to show this on mobile only, so if I click device types I can untick desktop and it's only going to show on mobile. I said I only want to show it in the Facebook feeds, so I'm simply going to untick all of these. You can see down to the right it's giving you a demo of what the placement will look like. So if you have an ad like this with a pastry, then you can see what it's going to look like, but because I'm unticking these, then I'm simply not going to be showing my ads on these locations. But if I scroll up to feed here, you can see what it looks like in the Facebook news feed. You can see there'll be the page name, there'll be the picture, then there'll be the headline, then it'll be anyone commenting, liking, and then the comments, etc., like any normal Facebook post. Some people will say select mobile devices specifically. That's probably not until you're scaling and you're spending big budgets. Only when connected to Wi-Fi is a tick box you can test with. I'm not going to tell you that is the best way to do it. I recommend you always split test this kind of thing. And then further down we have budget and schedule. So how much do you want to spend per day, your daily budget. You'll also notice this has gone down to 30,000 because I've narrowed it down to the Facebook news feed. Probably a little bit on the low side, but it's okay for what we're doing in this tutorial. So most people ask, how much should I start my budget as? Now there's lots of different thoughts on this. If you only have a small budget, then you probably want to start with anything from $5 to $10 a day. You're going to have to buy data to figure out what works. You're going to have to give Facebook room to find your audience and do its own testing. Normally the first 8,000 impressions or the first 3 days are Facebook's initial testing. So they're testing and trying to show your ad to the right people so you can actually get your objective, if that is conversion, sales, add to cart, or leads, you're going to spend more money. So Facebook's working really hard in the background to actually get these people. So you need to be able to give it enough budget to allow them to do that. But £5 to £10 is a good starting point if you're on a small budget. We do lots of testing with big budgets to begin with, automated rules, but I'm not going to overcomplicate things because I'll probably lose you in that. Don't worry about it for now. Further down, we have optimization for ad delivery. You can test different things in here, so we can optimize to get Facebook to only show our ads to people in that styling audience, that fashion audience, that are most likely to click. The best one I'd recommend within this option here is optimize for people who are likely to go through to your landing page. This is going to look different depending on what your objective is, your campaign objective, but for this particular one, traffic, landing page views is the one that I would go for, so that people do arrive at your website. We've got some other options in here, standard and accelerated delivery if you really want to spend your budget really fast, like let's say you're McDonald's or Burger King and you only want to spend on a lunch hour because that's when people are hungry, then you probably put accelerated, put a big budget, and it's going to spend it within that period. You probably schedule it up here as well by setting a scheduled date in here as well, but we're not going to go into that again. Go ahead and click continue. You can see there's lots of stuff that I could talk about with Facebook advertising, and it's not something that you can instantly pick up. This is a good starting point for you and your business. Again, ad name. I'm just going to put an ad name in here, so I'm going to put image 1 in here. What you're then going to do is choose your Facebook page. So remember, you created a Facebook page, you're then going to choose that Facebook page. So I'm going to go and find my new Facebook page. So see there, I just typed in StyleAcad. I've got lots of pages for my own things and obviously lots of different clients. So StyleAcad in here. Then we have the format. You can see there's different formats you can run on Facebook advertising. We have carousel, which is great for e-commerce brands that want to show multiple products if they have a lot of products on their store. Single image, which is what we're going to be using today. It's one image. Video, single video, a slideshow, and a collection. Lots of different options and not enough time to talk about all of these today. Today we're going to choose single image. Now when I select single image, again, we've got lots of things in here. This, you could add an instant experience from mobile, very much more advanced things, but this is just a simple tutorial. Facebook is just exploding with options at the minute. So we're going to scroll further down past all of this, and we're going to get to the point where it says images. Now what I want to do is upload an image. So I'm going to click this little button to upload. And I'm going to go ahead and find the image which I want to upload. Now within Canva, I actually created this particular image for an ebook that I was actually promoting for this particular client. So just so you can see it. You can see there's an ebook here that we had made up, a little bit of text in here, very in line with the branding. There is a rule about 20% text in the ad on Facebook. Facebook will throttle the reach which you get within Facebook if you have too much text. What I mean by that is basically Facebook will stop showing your ads, so try and keep text below 20%. There are some tools out there. If you just Google Facebook ads less than 20% text, there's some tools out there which will tell you how much text you have on your particular ad, so try and keep it to a minimum where possible. If I go back into Facebook, you'll see that it's now uploaded my ad. I can upload multiple images at once and create If I'm using the same text in each of the ads but 6 different images, I can put like 6 images in here at once and create 6 ads in a one-er, so it's really quick. I can crop the image, so if I wanted to crop this and zoom in on a particular piece, I can, but I know because I've created this in Canva, this is the perfect size for Facebook, so I don't need to make any adjustments. You'll see down to the right it's going to give you a preview. You can see this is a preview in the mobile newsfeed. If I was running this across all different placements, I could click this drop down menu and I could see what this ad is going to look like in all of those different placements. Here I can put my text, so I might put something like interested in becoming a personal stylist, because that's what the book is offering. Questions are great, by the way, so if you've got no experience with writing copy for ads, then questions is a great way to engage your audience. Call out your audience, call out the pain they're experiencing. You should have done a lot of research into who your customer is before you even jump into Facebook advertising. So I'm just going to put interest in becoming a stylist. Download my free ebook, which is going to show you the first steps to getting started. So not amazing copy by any means, but I'm just giving you a starting point to show you this is the description side of it. Probably only 5% of your audience will actually read this. About 15% will pay attention to the headline, and about 80% will click based on the image. So it's important that all parts of your ad actually communicate the message to your potential customer. Website URL, so this is where you actually want to send them to. So I'm just going to put a site, just call it jwilliams.tv. You can scroll down, we have the headline here, and I'm just going to call this free ebook, start your styling career. And this is going to update live, and you'll see it'll start to adjust. Sometimes it's a good idea to turn off the ad preview until you've done the text, or you copy it into a notebook like this and then paste it in, and you won't have any problems. Sometimes it causes some issues. Further down we have a call to action. So depending on what your objective is, what type of business you're running, learn more is a great one for things like ebooks. If you have an offer, that's a good place to start. If you want them to apply for something, then apply now, or book now if it's a holiday or something or other. Send a message. If you're running messenger ads, they will have send a message. You've also got this one, which is great for e-commerce, shop now. So this is the best one for e-commerce, is click shop now. But for this is an ebook, so we're going to go after learn more. Further down we have a number of different options. You don't really need to pay much attention to these for now. Ideally at some point you will learn about URL parameters or UTM links that work with Google Analytics, but I don't want to overcomplicate things at the minute. When you install a Facebook pixel, you can install a Facebook pixel in here. That's going to be able to allow you to track all of the conversions, whether that be leads, add to carts, sales, within the Facebook dashboard. That's going to be really, really useful. It's also going to be useful in helping Facebook find more people who are likely to convert and be customers. Again, this is a whole nother conversation. This video is to basically show you how to set up a Facebook ad for your business. Last thing you're going to do is go ahead and click confirm. This is then going to be if you haven't entered your credit card already, you're going to fill in your credit card details. I'm just going to cancel that, and then what's going to happen is that is then going to be sent to Facebook for review. Once that is reviewed by Facebook and it complies with all their guidelines, then it's then going to be approved and your Facebook ad is then going to go live. So that is how you set up a Facebook ad for your business. Now if you enjoyed the video and you want to hear more from me about Facebook advertising, please go ahead and click the subscribe button below this video. If you really enjoyed the video, give me a big thumbs up, and if you've got any questions at all, please go ahead and place them in the comments box below. Finally, if you're in the e-commerce space and you're interested in learning about how Facebook ads apply to e-commerce, then I'm going to put a link in the description below to my exclusive Facebook group where you can get industry insights, tips, understand about Facebook, advanced strategies to help you grow your e-commerce store. So I'll pop a link in the description box below. Hope you have an amazing day, and look forward to seeing you soon for another video. Bye for now.